Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. My best friend and my, then, wife untagged my best friend told me his wife was having an affair. He was devastated. I supported him and got him through it. 8 months later him and my then wife started falling around. She would get me to drop her off to meet the girls, actually I was devastated. But it gave me the push to cut her off. I met my now wife, who is beyond amazing. My ex-wife now lives a grim life on the breadline. My now ex-best friend, well, his wife left him and took the children overseas to live. Sometimes, karma does have your back. My ex cheated and left for her AP. She would come to regret her decision. I'm not sure why, but she decided to brag about what she did. A lot of her friends, including her best friend, walked out of her life and into mine. Her ex-best friend became my best friend. In time, we became lovers and then husband and wife. We've been married 23 years and a couple for 25. The ex was pissed when she found out. She called my sister and said that we had betrayed her. I guess screwing another man in our bed doesn't count as betrayal in her world. It's good to know that you found someone else, someone better. Good for you. Lol, the ducking nerve to say you both betrayed her. Absolute no self-awareness at all. I think I commented on your story before as it is eerily similar to mine including timelines. I hate when people ask me how we met and I say she was my ex-best friend, they immediately assume we did the cheating. This is true. I would have to add that we didn't cheat because we've gotten a few side glances over the years. I started telling people that we were introduced by mutual friends. Lol, my ex reconnected with her first love who her family despised due to being abusive. She then left me and our 2 boys to go be with the love of her life. Just over 2 years later she's living in a homeless shelter for battered women. She refuses to contact any family because they first abandoned her when she left. Her first love also got her addicted to pain meds, so she's recovering from that also. What a tragic story. I hope that you and the kids have moved on. You don't want your kids around a druggie, so try to get her parental rights terminated. Good luck and I'm sorry. Feel bad for her kids, but she got what she deserved. What do you mean they abandoned her when she left? Was it because she was with the abusive ex? This got physical in front of her parents when she was like 15. They kicked him out and showed her that what he was doing was very wrong. Years later she reconnected, then left to be with him. When she asked her parents to respect her decision, they told her no. After arguments they told her not to contact them until she came to her senses. How does somebody just abandon their kids? I'll never understand that. My ex-wife walked out when our youngest was 2 weeks old to be with her lesbian lover/robbery accomplice. Still together almost 2 years later, living their best life while I raise our 4 kids by myself. She has some serious cosmic justice coming her way. Have you terminated her parental rights? Not yet, I do have full custody. My God, I can't even imagine. At least you can face yourself in the mirror every day. Seriously, what the hell? You still want her back? I want the person I thought she was. She has caused too much hurt and told too many lies to ever be trusted again. My ex-wife left me for some online guy she just met. I've told her I know you believe in karma, so you should be afraid. 2 months later her new love overdosed and died. Karma is real. Did he overdose on her love? Story 2. How I moved on from my ex. I was asked to post my story by a friend. He said it would give people suffering through infidelity hope. I met my ex, Kara, in early 1994. We clicked fast. We introduced each other to our families and friends within a month. Everyone got along great. At this point life was perfect. 1 year after we met I asked Kara to marry me. She accepted and we started planning our wedding. We decided on a date in August '96. I was walking on air. Kara moved in with me in early March '96. She wanted to find a job quickly and contribute to the household. I wanted her to wait until after the wedding. I made more than enough to easily support us both. But she was adamant. This is when things started to fall apart. She went to work for a design firm in late March. Within a month she started working, she became distant, showed little affection and started talking endlessly about her project manager. I should have seen the red flags. But nope. D-Day was June 12, 1996. I came home from work early, and yep, found Kara and her project manager, Tim, in our bed. They both panicked. Tim grabbed his clothes and left. Kara sat on the bed getting dressed and told me we were through. Her reason: he can help my career, you can't. 2 weeks after, Kara's BFF, Terry, called. She hadn't spoken with Kara in a while and wanted to chat. I told her what happened. She thought I was making a joke and started laughing. When I was silent, Terry realized I was serious. Kara had been kind enough to give me her new address and phone number, if I ever wanted to chat or visit, like that was going to happen. I gave Terry her address and number. Terry came to my house about 2 hours later. She is normally very upbeat and smiling. This time, she looked like she wanted to murder someone. She came in and gave me a hug. She cut loose with a massive outburst about Kara and how she was lying beword and that she was done with her. Kara had told Terry that I was physically and emotionally abusive. What a pile of crap. Terry and I started hanging out together. We never really talked a lot before. Turns out we both absolutely love British history and Italian food. Terry went back to school to finish her thesis in the fall of '96. We called each at least once a week and we also visited each other a few times. In early November I called and asked if I could visit her on the 9th. She was about to start doing some hard research and I knew her time was going to be needed for her project. I went to her apartment. When I got there, she asked me if I was calling and visiting her because I wanted to talk to someone or was it because I liked time with her. This made me chuckle. I told her that my friends live within a mile of me. If I wanted to just talk or hang out I wouldn't run up my phone bill or drive 2 hours. I liked being with her. She smiled and we went out for dinner and a movie. When we went back to her place she turned and kissed me. I was stunned but quickly recovered and kissed her back. Our first date, first kiss and the first time we slept in the same bed. The other first happened the next day when I left to get breakfast for us and came back to her apartment with an engagement ring. We were married on May 9, 1998. A few months after we were married, my sister called. Kara wanted to talk to me. She gave my sister her number. Terry said I should call so I did. She apologized and wanted to know if we could try again. I thanked her and said I had moved on. At this point Terry got on the call. Kara ended the call quickly after that. Kara called my sister and said that we had betrayed her. WTF. Edit: I should have included this in the original post but forgot to. In September I was visiting Terry and we're hanging out at a willow grove in Gypsy Hill Park. We were talking about nothing in particular. She turned to me and took my hand and said, I know you're hurting, I know you're trying to hide it. I want you to know that when you are ready to try again I will never let go of your hand. I broke at that point. Every emotion that I had been holding back came pouring out. That was when I started to see her as more than a friend. It would be another 2 months before we became a couple. I believe that walk was our turning point. The best ending one could ever expect. Glad to see how things went beautiful rather than being tragic after she left you. You should thank her for everything she has done because she got you married to a better woman indirectly who was her best friend. There is nothing better than getting revenge on your cheating ex by marrying their best friend and living happily. I wish you the best of luck, my friend. It wasn't planned to be revenge, but I see how it looks like. If Kara had been faithful, Terry and I never would have become a couple. I'm very happy she wasn't. Terry has been the best partner I could ask for. Honestly, who cares what it looks like? Neither of you owe her anything. You wouldn't be married 23 years later if it was revenge. What a good ending to a sad story. Kara sure is delusional to say that you two betrayed her. This is very true. We built a lot together. We were able to retire early. And are enjoying our life more than ever. The "we betrayed her" comment gave me a real good laugh. Seriously, how much of a narcissist and sociopath is she? Story 3. 18M, just walked in on my girlfriend, 19F, having sex with her gay boy best friend. I'm going to assume he's 18 as well. I don't know what to think right now. I went over to my girlfriend's, 18F, house to surprise her with a bouquet of flowers and some food. She was home from college for fall break, and she left her house door unlocked, and I walked in on her having sex with her gay boy best friend, probably 18M, on the sofa. I always had suspicions about him because he didn't look gay at all, and not to mention when I met him at one of my GF's pageants, he was hanging out with a group of guys who aren't known to treat women in an ethical manner, I'll put it that way, and he didn't look that way either, almost like a young Al Pacino at the beginning of The Godfather. He dressed like he was from the hood, but he made his voice pitch higher so he could make it more believable that he was gay. But when he said some things to me after I walked in on them having sex, he talked like a hood dude and sounded like Ed Orgeron if you took away the Cajun accent and gave him a Baltimore accent. He stuttered an awful lot and it was almost hard for him to talk, but he knew what he wanted to say. I didn't bother to fight him because when we talked, he stepped on my feet and held my wrists, and just said, "It's your choice if you want to keep her, but if you don't, just hit me up and I'll teach you how to deal with these whores, because each and every one of them are extremely promiscuous. I'm not fighting you over her either," and then jumped into his car and left. I don't know how to feel right now. I've spent an awful lot of my time, energy, and money to keep her happy, and she just goes out and cheats on me with a guy who probably hasn't done shit for her. I want to try to continue the relationship with her, but after her lying and cheating on me, I don't know if I can. Wait a minute, you want to continue a relationship with her? Why? These are the life situations you'll face and grow from. You're only 18, man. Please turn this chapter and move forward, and please don't continue a relationship with her. Because this is fake ass shit written by a red pillar pretending to be a beta cuck. I hate when people on Reddit jump to troll right away, but this is so damn obvious. The casual homophobia / racism / misogyny / white knighting. I can't imagine it's even close to real. Get rid of her. Don't look back, either, except to learn what not to do. You are 18. Learn from this and on to the next one. Don't fixate on someone not worth it in the end. A mistake a lot of people make that have decades on op. Reconciliation isn't always impossible, but when she lied to you and another got guy in on it too by pretending to be gay, staying would be a complete waste of time. Don't even be sad to lose her. If she is that easy, she is not worth your time. Try to find a girl that stays loyal to you. Tell her what he said about her and move on. Tell her, "Thank you for teaching me what not to look for in a girlfriend," and move on. The cheating is bad enough, but the lying is disrespectful. And take it as a lesson for the future. Never give more than you get, and remember the 4 pillars of relationship: loyalty, trust, respect and love. Without them, the relationship will crumble down. You are missing all 4 pillars. Update: I, 18M, broke up with girlfriend, 19F, who cheated on me with her gay boy best friend, 18M, and I asked him for advice. Here is the link to the original post if anyone was wondering. After reading through the comments and thinking about this by myself, I broke up with my girlfriend. It was hard because I invested an awful lot into her and I loved her, but she lied to me and disrespected me, so it was only right I broke up with her. About 3 hours after the incident, the guy who actually caused all of this added me on Snapchat and hit me up to apologize and invited me to his house to smoke some weed, eat some pizza, watch college football, and to get me right with these hoes, his words not mine. I had nothing to lose, so I accepted the invite. I went to his house and it was almost the opposite of how he portrayed himself, as he lived in some shitty manufactured home in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of MAGA memorabilia plastered throughout the house and industrial trash, landscaping waste, and abandoned cars littered throughout the backyard. But we chopped it up about not only women, but we also talked about things going on in the world, sports, our future, and he was extremely complimentary and made me feel welcomed while he ordered delivery and rolled a blunt for us to smoke. He apologized profusely about ruining our relationship and stepping on my feet and holding my wrists, and said that was in case I did anything dumb. He also said when it's a woman as hot as she is, it's going to be guys hollering, "She just thought I was hot and she chose to cheat on you with me," and revealed that was the only time they ducked during our relationship. But he said they were FWB for 2 months before we dated and that he felt as if she was dating me to get back at him and other people, and provided instances where she would do so. He also said he knew she always was attracted to him, even during our relationship, which made him holler at her during our relationship. He said some egregious things about women, however, such as, "Always treat women like garbage, they don't like that nice guy bullshit. They are all ran through and they all got body counts in the triple digits. Never compliment a woman because that turns them off. If a woman other than his mom or grandma isn't having sex with him, she is useless and must kick rocks." But he also said some pretty reasonable things as well that I found to be factual. Always keep your investment low. The only way a woman can respect a man is if he shows her he can leave. Never fight over a woman. Women will leave for a better option if it feels right. He was a pretty chill dude, TBH, I definitely kick it with him. He was complimentary of me as well and said I looked the part and I had a good sense of fashion. He just told me to buy myself a fresh fit and post a picture on Instagram and call myself Mr. Put It On. What he said may not be true for all women, but it is for UX. Women like this are the subjects of too many posts here. Unfortunately, it is true for majority of women. If you ever doubt that, do your own experiment. I did. 9 out of 10 women get turned off by a nice respectful guy eventually, and the one that did not was fairly below average looking and had little options. This is about as real as Kim Kardashian's ass. Seriously. I called this shit out a few days ago on the original post. Surprised Armed Tower decided to follow up with an equally ludicrous post. As to the egregious things, you don't have to treat them like garbage, you just don't put them in a pedestal. You want a partner in a woman. Someone who is not ahead nor behind you. You show respect and demand the same. It's true that that nice guy thing is just a major turnoff for them. As to the factual things, if they are not in control of the relation, they'll try to be. If your attitude always leaves them thinking you might not be all that invested, they will move mountains to get you invested. They need that push and pull to keep the relationship emotionally dynamic, we don't. So, if instead of emotionally dynamic, it just gets stalled, they become bored. And, yes, never, ever fight for a woman, at least not in this types of situations. All my best wishes to you. We hope that by sharing these stories with interested folks like you, we can help people recognize the signs of a relationship in trouble, and avoid so many of these heartbreaking situations yourselves. Have a good day or night. Wherever you are,